Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. So today I really wanted to make a chill yet fun video about sex and body insecurities that I feel as though we all go through but are completely normal. If you don't really understand what I mean, then you will further on into the video, so if you just keep on watching you will kind of understand more about what I'm talking about. I just feel like all of us as a society experience so many embarrassing insecurities, yet they're not actually insecurities, they're completely normal and they come with having a human body. So I'm going to break down these insecurities and tell you why they are completely normal and why you should not be embarrassed about these. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first insecurity: boob sizes. There are no bosoms that are perfectly the same size. Boobs are meant to be mismatched, whether one's hanging a bit lower, one's a bit more risen, one's a bit bigger than the other, one's a bit smaller. That's completely fine. If one of your boobs are actually bigger than the other, good for you, babe. Well done. Congratulations. You're a normal human being. I am so sick and tired of social media making people feel completely insecure about things that are normal. And please don't forget, whatever you see on social media can be fake, can be altered. We now have apps like Facetune. We now have AI, artificial intelligence. And don't get me started on boob jobs. They are a thing also. Now please think about all of those factors and aspects like Facetune and boob jobs before you go and compare your boobs to your favorite model or influencer. So the next body insecurity is teeny tiny bumps around the head or the penis, or sometimes they can appear on the shaft of the penis. The reason I wanted to talk about this one is because so many men come into the sex clinic that I work in complaining and worrying about these teeny tiny little bumps around the head of their penis or on the shaft of their penis. If you're kind of confused what I'm talking about, they're usually really tiny, kind of resemble a spot, and they're quite white or yellowish. They have a yellow whitish head. These bumps are glands on the penis and are completely normal. Do not try to pop them. Do not try to mess with them. As long as you have a penis, you should have those bumps. If you wanted to look more into them, feel free. They are called Fordyce spots. But from what I've learned, they are literally just enlarged oil glands. They can even be found on the vagina, the inside of your cheek, and on your lips. They are most commonly spotted once you've started or are going through puberty, or completely after puberty. You start to see them more noticeably. So once again, stop worrying about something that literally belongs on your body. You are fine. Don't touch them. Please do not pop them. Leave them alone. Thank you. Discharge. Now I feel like I have actually discussed discharge a few times on my channel, but I just want to drill it into every person's head that discharge for a woman is completely normal. As a woman, you are supposed to have vaginal discharge. The whole point of discharge is it gets rid of any bad bacteria that may have gotten up into the vagina. This is why a lot of women notice after having sex with a man that they may have an increased amount of vaginal discharge. Me, a lot of the time, I'm getting a bit vulnerable. A lot of the time after I've had sex with a man, I've noticed that I do discharge. I do in fact leak. Oh, that's even worse. I do dribble. Oh no, I'll just say discharge. We'll just stick with the word discharge, I promise. But I've noticed that I do discharge a bit after I've had sex with a man, most likely because that bitch ain't washed his penis. Now, this is because men are disgusting and don't wash their penises. I'm joking. Men, please don't come for me, because I understand that this is not all men. This is just certain men don't know how to wash their peepees. But I know that there are many men who do. So please, I will single you guys out. This is mostly speaking to the men who don't know personal hygiene. And so with an unclean penis, obviously shoving it into a vagina, the bacteria will travel from the penis to the vagina. So please don't worry about this too much, as this is where discharge comes in and does its job. The discharge will rid of any bacteria that does not belong in the vagina. I say this because we also have good bacteria in our vaginas that's meant to be there. This bacteria is called lactobacilli. Because of lactobacilli, aka the good bacteria, douching is not recommended for vaginas, because not only does douching wash out the bad bacteria, it also washes out the good bacteria. And you need the good bacteria as it protects your vagina from vaginal infections such as thrush or BV, aka bacterial vaginosis. It is also completely normal to have an increased amount of vaginal discharge after you have had a menstrual cycle, aka your period. Everyone's discharge is different. One woman can have a watery discharge that doesn't really smell at all, whereas another woman can have a thickish discharge that may smell a little bit, not a bad smell, but just have a little bit of an odor. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter. Discharge is discharge. If you're insecure about it, snap out of it. It's just one of those things that comes along with being a woman. The only thing I'd have to say about this is you know your own body. And if you feel as though your discharge isn't discharging like normal, for example, you may all of a sudden have a very bad, powerful odor coming out of there, or it may have a color other than white or clear, which is the two normal colors to have. Say it's coming off a bit greenish. That could be a sign that you may have an STI or an infection. This is the only time not to ignore discharge, as this applies as abnormal discharge, which is not normal, of course. And men, if you have any discharge whatsoever, get your big old booty cheeks to a GP or a sexual health clinic immediately, as this is definitely a sign that you may have an STI or some kind of penile infection, as it is not normal at all for men to discharge. Men should not be discharging out of their penises at all. Only discharge coming out of a woman, out of a vagina, is completely normal. So now let's move on to a sex insecurity that I feel like many people experience but just don't talk about out loud. Not feeling confident in the bedroom. Now I feel like this is a sex insecurity that many people go through but just don't talk about out loud. A lot of the time we get caught up in our own head overthinking so much, especially when hooking up with a new person for the first time. Oh my gosh, am I sucking this right? Oh my gosh, what if they're not enjoying themselves? Am I going too hard or not hard enough? Oh, can they see my hairy anus in this position? Oh my gosh, do I think I'm a bad kisser? We are so focused on the physical elements so much that we aren't even enjoying the sex. We are just highlighting all of the negative things, making ourselves feel so insecure for no reason because the other person's probably not thinking half of that crap, and just focusing on all the things that we should not be focusing on during such an intimate time. Let me give you some tips and advice when it comes to this. First off, relax, because at the end of the day, it's just sex. It's just this, or this, or this, or this. We accept everything. You have your whole life to figure out your turn-ons, your likes during sex, and what you want when having sex. The type of person you want to have sex with, whether it be a male or a female, whether you want to have sex with multiple people. Maybe you like getting head instead of being fingered, or maybe you just prefer one finger instead of two. Maybe you prefer much rougher, scarier, hardcore sex than nice, gentle, intimate, passionate sex. And these are all absolutely fine. Once you figure out the things that you like and what turns you on during sex, let your sexual partner know openly and honestly. And of course, make sure you ask them in return what they like and what they want during sex. And also apply those tips the best that you can. As long as both of you listen to each other and take in both of your informations, you are on your way to actually enjoying your sex life. Confidence is another very helpful aspect. You're not going to have great sex if you keep questioning yourself or overthinking, am I doing this right or not? Am I doing this good? Am I doing this okay? Just do what feels right to you. And if the person's not quite enjoying it, they hopefully will be mature enough and confident enough to tell you. Well, I hope anyways, because I know there are a lot of people out there who are way too shy to say anything. They'd rather sit there and get the worst head in the world than just say, hey, could you maybe go a bit lighter? They'd rather just be like, yeah, then ruining the moment. I know there are people out there like that. I used to be this person. I've had sex with a lot of people who are like this as well. If you're maybe not enjoying a certain feeling, let the person know. Don't just lay there while they're licking your coochie so hard you feel like it's gone back up inside you. Or don't let someone just sit there using teeth on you while they're giving you the Glock 1000. Say something, speak up, because we all know that does not feel good. Be for real. Imagine someone chomping on your pee-pee while they're trying to give you head. What are you, a dinosaur? Are you a T-Rex? Get off my peanuts. I don't have a penis, but I'm just speaking for the men out there. I feel your pain, I understand. And they probably don't even realise that they're grazing their teeth on your penis. So please, speak up! I think the reason why I'm so passionate on this specific subject is because when I was like 16, 17, just discovering sex, I was giving a guy head. He decided to tell me after 100 times of me giving him head, oh, by the way, you do use teeth a lot. Why the fuck fuck did you not tell me that before? Because I never even realised that when you're actually sucking the penis, this feels so TMI, but when you're actually sucking the pee-pee, you don't even realise that your teeth are even rubbing it. Because my mouth's open, so I don't really assume that my teeth are touching his penis. But then I found out after giving him head like 10 times that I was grazing his penis the entire time. I didn't know that. Why didn't you bloody tell me that? Why were you going through all of that pain? You could have just said something. But you know what? Every experience builds you up to the woman you are today, because I can say I'm the queen of head now for both genders. And that is a big fat example of you learn from your mistakes. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Please know I'll be making plenty more of these videos, so if you have any insecurities that you want spoken about in public and you want to be reassured that you're not going through this alone, feel free to just DM me on Instagram privately, or just send me an anonymous message. Somehow once a month I open an anonymous board where people can just send in submissions and questions that they want me to answer. Yeah, if you have any more insecurities for me, send them through and I will explain to you why they are completely normal and why most of us actually go through them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I hope you feel a bit better about yourself, and I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe!